Welcome back to another video. Today's video is called You Get What You Give, because anytime I can find like a lesson of the day or something valuable to learn, I'm trying to put it up on the channel. But here, typical sparring day, I'm getting in. I try to get a good mix between, how many rounds I'm getting in and how many rounds I'm sitting back watching and coaching the room. So you hear me right there. I say you get what you give. What you're seeing off screen is one of the newer guys. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's pushing around one of the smaller guys, but he's new. He doesn't know that's not the right etiquette. If you're twice my size or strength and you're pushing me around, if all I have is power, well, I'm going to use that power. And so that's what you're seeing over there. That's why those kicks are so loud. So both guys are making errors. I see one kick like that. All right, the second one gets my attention, and then I'm coming in there, so I'm going to get right on top of it. Now, I kind of put everything in the world on a 10-point scale. These guys aren't trying to kill each other, so I don't need to come in there like a bat out of hell and come in 10 out of 10 and sit everybody down and mess up the vibe of the sparring session. It's a learning opportunity. Everything's a skill. Control is a skill. Vibes are a skill. And so I let them spar again. I told them bring it down a little bit. They did. There was another loud kick, and I was like, all right. So I walked Ja. You see him walking over to the corner there. Now, what you're not seeing off the side is that I start sparring with the original guy. One, I want to keep the flow going. I don't want to mess up the vibe of the gym. I've got a good read of these guys. And it's like, if your kid falls and scrapes their knee, and if you freak out, then yeah, your kid's going to cry. Not that he's going to do that, but just you can keep the flow going, keep everything all good if you kind of jump in there. And so when I'm working with him, I'm letting him know that if you kind of muscle people in the clinch, you push him, pull him around, he's not doing anything intentionally bad, nothing that he knows is bad. Your phone's going off. He's just got to learn the etiquette. So if you push somebody around just because, hey, strength is what you got, well, they're going to retaliate with a little bit of power. Again, it's kind of like throwing a ball at the wall. If I throw a ball at the wall real hard, it's going to bounce right back at me. So I'm just kind of smoothing the edges, teaching him how to play. Nobody necessarily needs to get beat up or whatnot. It's just about meeting, if the issue in the room is like a 6 out of 10, then you should meet it as a coach with a 6 out of 10 kind of on the intensity. So anyways, my advice to other coaches in the same situation is, paying attention. You see something, you kind of question it, you get on top of the action, you get right there. If things kind of escalate a little bit, you can always just hit the pause button, separate folks up, and get in the mix. And then before I want anybody to come back in and to spar with other folks, I get with them too. Make sure that their head's clear, everything's going well. And you see two guys going in there talking. Like I said, this is more of a miscommunication. You got a guy who's bigger, who's newer, stronger, muscling around. He doesn't know he's causing the errors, causing this. Of course, I don't want my guys to retaliate like that, but when you get some testosterone kids in the room, these young 20s and whatnot, you're looking for it. But with any sort of error, I'd rather these errors happen when I'm around, so I can be there, I can coach it, I can show the etiquette or what I demand when I'm running a room, and things be comfy. They chatted during this. I ended up sparring with Ja after this, again, to make sure he's in the right space and to beat him up a little bit, because that's how testosterone responds well. But I'm just kind of showing the etiquette of how I run the room. Plus, if I just let this go and these two escalate, like, sure, they might not have got hurt and whatever, they're just, throwing strong leg kicks on each other. But you're teaching the etiquette of the room to everybody else. Oh, that's what we do? Maybe some people don't like that. Maybe they don't come back, or maybe when there's a miscommunication, everybody kind of escalates. If I jump in there and I control that, I've taught the whole room, hey, let's not do that, right? It's also a lot easier to break things up when you jump in early. If I see things kind of escalate up to like a 6 out of 10, let me jump in there, let me hit the pause button and throw some ice water on it, and not wait until things escalate up and up and up and up. But anyways, the other way to teach it, the physical education part of it, is that the other guy, before I let him spar with everybody else, I want to know, is he in a good headspace? Is he just having a bad day? What's going on? That was a nice little footsie over there. I like that. Let me see where he's at, and I'm going to find out that best as we spar together. I'm also leaning on his arms and fatiguing him. It's a very frustrating way to fight. It's something I was doing in the first round that we sparred together this day, and I was kind of continuing that. But You know, does he have any juice, any testosterone he needs to get out? Well, let me see what's there. Just give him a hard time, kind of beat that out of him a little bit, and really keep a good control over the room.